Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. In the business world, the rear view mirror is always clearer than the windshield. I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars, I look around for 1-foot bars that I can step over. Derivatives are financial weapons of mass destruction. I always knew I was going to be rich. I don't think I ever doubted it for a minute. Time is the friend of the wonderful company, the enemy of the mediocre. The investor of today does not profit from yesterday's growth. We enjoy the process far more than the proceeds. Basically, when you get to my age, you'll really measure your success in life by how many of the people you want to have love you actually do love you. When you combine ignorance and leverage, you get some pretty interesting results. Our favorite holding period is forever. A public opinion poll is no substitute for thought. I never attempt to make money on the stock market. I buy on the assumption that they could close the market the next day and not reopen it for 5 years. Your premium brand had better be delivering something special, or it's not going to get the business. If a business does well, the stock eventually follows. If you get to my age in life and nobody thinks well of you, I don't care how big your bank account is, your life is a disaster. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Wall Street is the only place that people ride to in a Rolls-Royce to get advice from those who take the subway. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours and you'll drift in that direction. Look at market fluctuations as your friend rather than your enemy, profit from folly rather than participate in it. Only buy something that you'd be perfectly happy to hold if the market shut down for 10 years. If past history was all there was to the game, the richest people would be librarians. There seems to be some perverse human characteristic that likes to make easy things difficult. We believe that according the name investors to institutions that trade actively is like calling someone who repeatedly engages in one-night stands a romantic. Why not invest your assets in the companies you really like? As Mae West said, too much of a good thing can be wonderful.